guys, so we're back today, and today we have Connor and Evan right there. Caden, Connor's brother, is the cameraman, and I am going to be the narrator, basically. We're going to be talking about the NBA Finals, and so I'm going to be asking them a few questions about how they feel about the players and teams that are in the Finals. So we're going to start it off with Connor. We're going to start it off with Connor because I feel like he might know a little more than Evan. Neither of them follow up on the NBA really well, but they know the basics that they have to know. Yes, you do.
No.
So, Connor, take a look behind you. What is that team right there? Do you know what team that is?
Which one?
The one on the right behind you.
It's the Dallas Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks, that is. Do you know anything about the Dallas Mavericks?
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. And do you know who else is on that little picture right there?
Irving.
Kyrie Irving, yes. Connor actually was talking about Kyrie Irving earlier when I was trying to ask him if he wanted to do this video, and he's like, yeah, we'll talk about Kyrie Irving. And I was like, yes, that will actually be somebody that you talk about. But anyways, Connor, so how do you feel about the Dallas Mavericks? Like, do you think they're a super good team or not?
I feel like they're a super good team. Fan base is trash.
Fan base is trash. I don't know how much I feel about that. So now we're going to go to Evan. Evan, do you know anything about the Boston Celtics?
Magic Johnson's on that.
Magic Johnson?
No.
What?
No. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, J and J. Excuse me. So, do you know anything about them two players that you would name off that is a key factor?
He's good.
He's good.
He's good.
They're both good. I mean, they wouldn't be on that picture if they wasn't both good.
They carry their team.
They do. Well, they did carry the team until this year. They got some more pieces. Do you know anything about them pieces, bringing that up? Do you know who they added or anything?
No.
They added Drew Holiday. You ever heard of that name?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, he won a championship with Giannis, 2021.
I know who
Have you ever heard of Kristaps Porzingis?
I think I've heard of that, but
I know you've heard of that. Have you ever heard of... Wait, they really didn't add many other people. Not at all. But that's two really star players that they needed to have right there that they added. All right, Connor, so we're going back to you. Did you know that the Dallas Mavericks made a trade mid-season right at the trade deadline?
no, I did not.
Do you know who they might have gotten in that trade?
They might have got somebody good.
They got two. They aren't really good, I wouldn't say, but they're two role pieces that they have to have. Do you know who? Name me off a role player that you know in the league.
David Gary.
Huh? Name me off a role player, not a star, but a role player.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday. That is a good role player. Do you know any other role player?
And Kristaps Porzingis.
No, he's not a role player. What?
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
Or,
Yes.
PJ Washington.
PJ Washington. I'm so glad you got that. That is actually one of them that they added. PJ Washington is a Kentucky guy. That's the only reason Connor knew that.
I watched that.
Yeah. You watched him play at Kentucky, didn't you?
I don't watch basketball.
Alright, so PJ Washington. He is a star player for them right now. He is not a star, but he's a role player, but he's playing like a star right now in the playoffs. He is a Dennis Rodman type player for them right now. Do you know anybody else that they might have added?
Not a clue.
They added a man by the name of Daniel Gafford.
Never heard
Daniel Gafford. I never heard of him neither until he went to the Mavs, okay? Everybody said that he was going to be super good for the Mavs. I had never heard of him. You know what he's did for the Mavs?
What?
Became their starting center and has went completely crazy and was locking down Rudy Gobert, was locking down Chet Holmgren, was locking down Karl Anthony Towns, was locking down everybody on the Clippers. So, Connor, now we're done with you. because we know pieces that they added. Evan, do you know anybody that your team added in the middle of the season?
No.
No, because they didn't add nobody.
See, I knew that.
Okay, so now we're gonna get to this question real quick. How do you feel about the Boston Celtics? Like, you know a little bit about the Celtics. I know you do. So how do you feel about the Celtics? This is like blind man's trivia right now, guys. They know nothing about these two teams. I'm throwing them in here and trying to tell them.
I know
This
they
is
are.
basically teaching my friends about the teams in the playoffs. That's what this is going to be. That's what this video is going to be called.
Okay. They're a good team.
Mhm.
I know that. He's got tattoos.
Yeah, that's a wonderful explanation. What would you say if I told you they were the worst team in the NBA? Would you agree with that or disagree?
Disagree.
Okay, what if I told you they were a mid team? Would you agree or disagree?
No.
Disagree?
Disagree.
What if I told you they were the best team in the league? Would you agree or disagree?
I'm beaten. Disagree.
Disagree. Well, you would be wrong because by record they are the best team in the league. So Connor, how do you feel about your team?
Me personally, I
Do you think that they were really great before the trade deadline?
they definitely need some help.
They needed some help. I'm glad you said that.
But
because I told you that they brought in some pieces that they really needed.
yes,
Do you think they were great after the trade deadline?
they were amazing.
They
But
were
see,
amazing. Everybody's like, well, the Mavs are going to the finals. And I was like, you're stupid. But they ended up doing it, so I guess I'm stupid.
exactly.
But I was cheering for them the whole way there. Unless when they played OKC, I was for OKC.
Yeah, I mean, look at them, best friends already.
Yeah, I mean, they've only been together for about season and a half now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but way to talk. So, in a minute, we're going to ask them who they think is going to end up winning these NBA Finals. And you can say either team. It doesn't have to be your team that you say, okay? But we're going to see who ends up being right. And in a few days, whoever's right, Abrams Outdoors, will give them a shout-out. And they will have their special video. They will have their special on short if they were right when the playoffs are over. Of course, the playoffs start Thursday, and so I might actually have you guys come watch it with me. I don't know yet. But, let me get a drink of water.
Can I get a drink of water?
No. I'm joking, yeah. Just get back in the camera. So, Connor, let me talk to you about your team. Wait, did I just get done with you or Evan?
You got done with him.
Who did I do last day?
He got done with him.
I just did Connor last?
Yes, he just did.
Okay, so I'm doing Evan then. Alright. Evan. Mr. Evan. Mr. Evan. Let's see here.
Admit that.
How do you feel about the Celtics bench? That's what I want to ask you.
Who's on their bench?
I know, but like, do you feel confident in their bench players being able to come in and accelerate?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a yes or no question.
I don't know who's on
Say
their
yes
bench.
or no.
No.
No. So I would agree with that unless we were talking Al Horford. And then if we were talking Al Horford, then I would say that he should start over Kristaps Porzingis. But more than likely, he will not because Joe Mazzulla loves Kristaps Porzingis. But Al Horford has been that guy for him so far in the playoffs. I know Caden's arm's getting tired, so we thank you, Caden. Everybody say thanks, Caden, for doing this for us, holding the camera.
I hate you.
But Caden is being a beast and working his tail off right now so we can bring this YouTube video to you all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shout out to Caden. Alright, so Caden will be in a video sometime. One or another. So, Connor, how do you feel about your team's bench?
I feel confident in them.
You feel confident?
I'm not saying they're gonna do
If
this.
hey, shake my hand on that.
I don't know if they're
Shake
gonna do
my
this,
hand.
but I'm confident.
That is the smartest thing I've ever heard a man say because I am confident in their bench too.
It's something.
Their bench is a beast mode. I'm saying you got Derrick Jones, who's on a veteran one-year contract. You have PJ starts. You have Derek Lively coming in. You have Jaden Hardy, out of all people, that can come in and hold them down, that has in this playoffs. I had never heard of Jaden Hardy before. And then I watched him and he drops 10 in a clutch game against the Timberwolves. So I'm like, well, maybe this team is unmatched. So thank you for your comments right there. Now, Mr. Ed, how do you feel about Connor's team?
I feel great about their team.
Like, so you think, so like, give me one thing that we've talked about that you feel super great about.
I don't know. Oh, their bench.
Their bench. That is a good thing. All right, Mr. Connor. What is one thing about Evan's team that you are super happy about and feel good about?
He's got tattoos.
No, we're not doing that one.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all I know is Jason Tatum can shoot.
Jason Tatum can shoot. Do you know anything else about what we've talked about? We haven't really talked about Jason Tatum shooting.
Well, I mean, there's nothing I'm really confident about. There's nothing to it.
Great answer
They ain't got
again.
nothing.
Great answer again, because I feel like that too. I mean, their starting lineup is the best in the league, but when it comes to any other thing about that team, it's not good at all.
Watch them win.
They'll probably win. But I just feel like the Mavs, they're the underdogs, but then at the same time, they're the overdogs.
I know.
What's an overall?
Like, they have.
So, like, you know how we're saying underdogs? That's the
Yeah.
team that everybody thinks is going to lose. But they're the overdogs at the same time because everybody wants them to win.
Basically the underdogs.
They're the underdogs. Because all polls say that Celtics are going to win, but everybody wants Mavs to win. So, it is about that time. I'm going to give you guys one more turn. So, Connor, you tell me one player on that team that you really like and tell me one attribute about it.
I really like Jason Tatum on that team.
Tell me one thing about him that you really like.
He's got
He can
tattoos.
shoot or a tattoo. No. One thing about his basketball game.
Well, I mean, he's got good leadership.
Good. Hey, dude, he is giving me top-notch answers. My God. There we go. Mr. Evan,
Yeah.
what is one player on that team that you feel super good about?
Him.
Kyrie Irving.
Uh-huh.
What do you feel about him?
He's got good handles.
That is the first good answer you gave me all day. The first good answer he's gave me. Hey, I'm proud of that.
I'm pretty sure he's good at passing.
He's a pretty good passer. Luka's the passer on that team, though. But Kyrie is the handle man. He is the most skilled NBA player ever.
Makes him lost in the sauce.
Oh, man, they get
But
lost
now,
in that
if
sauce.
how,
Ankles go snap. All game long. Alright, so here is the finale. Okay? I'm going to give them, real quick, I'm going to give them my favorite player. So my favorite player on the Celtics right now is Jaylen Brown. He's very athletic. He cannot go left. That's what makes me mad about him. But in the playoffs, he has been their best player. That is why he won Eastern Conference MVP. The best player, or my favorite player on the Mavs is Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic can pass. He can get to the hole. He can shoot the ball. I mean, he can do it all. And it is just wild. And he is so underrated. I mean, everybody's like, yeah, Luka's great. Shai's the next greatest. Well, to be honest, they're the same age and Luka's been great his whole career. No hate on Shai because Shai is my boy. But like, Luka has been great his whole career. That's just my point on it. All right, so Mr. Connor, we're going to start with you.
Mr. Avery.
Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? I already made a video on this and posted it. These people already know.
If I'm giving you my opinion, I think it's going to be the Mavs because they're just going to get the confidence from everybody cheering them on. And honestly, I think the Celtics are just going to go by what the reporter said. Besides,
They're going to come out flat and just think they have it won.
yeah.
Okay. So you're going to go Mavs. In how many games? Because they play a 7-game series, but the first team to win 4 games wins it all. So how many games do you think it's going to take?
Well, to be honest, I think it's going to take 6.
6. That's my boy. All right, Evan. What team do you think is going to win the finals? You have to go with your team.
What?
Because he went
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Celtics. Or he went with the Mavs.
Yeah,
So
he
you're
went
going,
to Celtics.
No, he went with the Mavs. So you're going Celtics.
I guess.
How many games do you think it's going to take for them to win it?
25.
No. 7 games max. You have to have 4 games to win it. Win 4 games to win it all.
5.
5 games? So you think that it's going to be a gentleman's sweep.
I don't know.
So the Mavs are only going to win 1 game in that series.
Oh, they have to win 4?
Yeah.
All 7.
You're all 7?
All 7.
That's a decent answer. I'm going to give him that one. So, it's not perfect like I wanted. But my predictions, I'm going to tell you guys my predictions. I said, if you would watch Abrams Outdoors, you would know. But I said Mavs in 6. That's mine. So I have the same thing as Connor. So I'm rooting for Connor in this one, Evan. I'm sorry, but I'm rooting for Connor because that is already my opinion. And my people's, they already know it.
Who's the cameraman think's gonna win?
Who? Oh yeah, cameraman. We gotta ask you, bro. You've listened to all of this. So who do you think's gonna win?
Who do you think?
Celtics.
Celtics in how many games?
6.
6 games. Hey, good job, cameraman. All right, guys. So we're gonna give one more shout out to this cameraman for battling it out and holding the camera. Shout out to the guys for doing this for us and just being beasts answering these questions. And I'm not going to give a shout out to myself because I just talk all the time.
Yeah,
And yeah, I just love to talk. So thanks for watching this, guys, and we'll be back next time. See ya.